You might be surprised to learn that the writings of Isaac Newton in the early 1700s leveraged his scientific skills to better understand how to value estates. These writings provide just one example of some of the rare books found in the Bass Business Collection housed here at the University of Oklahoma. You can also find a number of oral histories with key management scholars available for download as part of the collection. For example, you can find an interview with Dan Gilbreth, one of the children of Frank and Lillian Gilbreth, two early management consultants who pioneered time and motion studies. They applied scientific management to the study of business as well as the management of their home. The book and movie, Cheaper by the Dozen, not the one with Steve Martin, the older version with Clifton Webb from the 1950s, chronicled some of their experiences. If you really dig through these archives, you'll find me asking Dan a question when I was a doctoral student at Louisiana State University. You probably don't need to look that interview up, but if you do, I start talking at 4 minutes and 23 seconds into the interview. It's probably some of my finest journalistic work. So it might not be too surprising to know that I've been a fan of management history for a while now. And I think there's a lot to learn from a study of management history, because much management knowledge has been accumulated over the ages. For example, one of the earliest ideas that involves creating principles of management comes from the work of Henry Fayol and the 14 principles he chronicled based on his experiences as a French mining engineer. You'll learn about Frederick Taylor, the father of scientific management, who examined how individual tasks could be performed better and how collaboration between managers and employees led to a more productive work environment. At that time, workers often brought their own tools to work. Taylor studied inefficiencies in shoveling coal. For example, some workers might show up with a snow shovel, while others might have a much thinner sharpshooter type shovel. There was a lot of chaos and disorganization that led to worker fatigue and injury. One of Taylor's discoveries in the quest to improve management efficiency is the finding that the ideal shovel load is approximately 21 pounds, something you might want to keep in mind when you're gardening in the spring or shoveling snow in the winter. Other management consultants in the early years included the husband and wife team of Frank and Lillian Gilbreth, who studied more efficient ways to lay bricks, throw a baseball, and organize the modern kitchen. Frank was so obsessed with finding more efficient ways to do everything that he even studied the best way to button a vest. Turns out buttoning from bottom to top is 4 seconds faster than buttoning from the top down. I should add that most fashion experts recommend leaving the bottom button unbuttoned before you attempt to try this experiment at home. More recent management thought has been developed by modern writers such as Peter Drucker, whose works are considered modern management classics in their own right. Drucker's work focused more on the importance of knowledge employees as the U.S. economy shifted from manufacturing to service-based. Since roughly 4 out of 5 jobs in the U.S. are service-based, understanding how to manage and add value in these areas of the economy is important, since this is where most of us will find our role in organizations. As the study of management has grown globally, we've learned the importance of understanding cross-cultural differences when learning more about global management in this management age. Ethical challenges have always existed in the practice of management, but today we face new challenges as governments work to promote more ethical behavior through legislation like Sarbanes-Oxley that promotes top management accountability and works to minimize conflicts of interest among accounting firms acting as consultants for firms. Confucius is quoted as saying, "Study the past if you would define the future." I know you can apply this lesson as you learn more about both classic and modern management history.